if it came out, Woj tweets, Orlando and Utah in serious talks for Donovan Mitchell. Just what are the next 10 seconds for you like?
I've been trying to talk myself into this for months now because on one hand I go, he's actually kind of the perfect guy that they need.
Yeah.
I'm not worried about the defensive stuff with him. Like, he could be a terrible defender and the rest of their roster is a bunch of good defenders. They need the 26, 27 point a game dude, right? The other thought of it is, do I just like, would I be happy giving up on Suggs and just saying, all right, like we're punting on him essentially and probably some picks.
How about this? Suggs? You have Isaac, that crazy contract that's now he's worth 17 as a cap figure, but it's kind of waivable. You could maybe throw a little Cole Anthony their way.
Okay.
And then 3 unprotected and 2 swaps. And now all of a sudden you're ready to go. You have a real professional offensive basketball team.
The only reason I think I would say no to that is because I want to see at least half a season of just the young guys play it out. Like, I think I'd be bummed if I didn't see what that looked like. Like, Paolo, can he be the guy?
Really?
Is Suggs thing going to turn around? But yeah, I mean, I don't know.
What do you think you're going to see in that half season?
Yeah, you're going to see guys bumping into each other.
There's good chemistry there. Like, it's like there's the camaraderie. Like, can I at least get it for a couple of months before we blow it up? And yeah, but here's the thing.
What are you blowing up? You're trading Jalen Suggs and Cole Anthony and 17 picks.
That does not sound like blowing it up.
You're blowing up a core that, and yes, this is me putting my rosy sunglasses on, but like, you're blowing up something that could be like, I don't know, 5-10 years of like a pretty interesting team, competitive team in the East for a little bit of a short-term thing. Are we all at all concerned, by the way, about Donovan Mitchell and the way he plays and some of the health stuff too? Like, small guards in the league, I'm a little worried about that as well.
Mentioned it earlier. I mean, he's just a whiff of Westbrook with him. A whiff.
Little bit. I was talking myself into whether or not Westbrook would be a good fit for the Magic 2 summers ago. So, I mean, yeah, I guess here we are with a better version of that. I think you have to do it if you're Orlando, but a part of me would still be bummed because I kind of want to see this young core working out.
House is all in on Donovan Mitchell to Orlando. By the way, let's talk it out. So the deal is close and Mitchell's a little wary. So now we're in the recruiting phase. You're going to love it here. No state tax. Tiger Woods. Oh, Donovan, there you have a phone call. It's the great Tiger Woods. He wants to talk to you about how great it is to play for the Magic. Oh, Kevin Clark's on the other line. You can call him back later. Tiger Woods is on the phone. It's really nice there. You get to be in Florida. Super chill. Nobody really knows your business in Orlando. Just do your own thing. You get a nice, big, giant house. You seen Tiger Woods' 7 houses in Florida? What else am I missing? House golf?
Lifetime passes to Disney. Anytime. 24/7 access to Disney. You want to go to the Star Wars exhibit? Take your kids, some friends, grab 15 friends. It's 10 o'clock at night. Bring everybody. We're going to open up the Star Wars exhibit for you. You're sitting there for 2 hours. Ride the Millennium Falcon.
Here's a Franz Wagner 8-minute YouTube clip. Best of Franz. And here's some Palo Summer League action.
I'm sold.
Check these 2 guys out.
South Beach or Disney World. It's a tough call for me, guys. For an NBA guy who's in his mid-20s, it's a tough call. I don't know.
I will say this. Orlando has the best deal for what Utah wants if what they want is young players, cap space, and picks from a team that does not really have a proven track record of being that good. Orlando can beat the Knicks. Suggs is equal to the top in asset where I actually like it a tiny bit more, and they have just as many picks.
To your point, all 3 of those guys, like, I'm still not selling my Jonathan Isaac stock. I love that the contract is basically awesome now.
Wow, that is like BuzzFeed stock.
Well, because listen, his upside is like defensive player of the year capabilities. I mean, he's that good on the defensive side of the ball. If he's right, like, he'll figure it out. And I still think
he hasn't played in 7 years.
It's true. He's written more books in the last 2 years than he has appeared in NBA playoff games or NBA games in general. But I don't know. You're right. You're getting 3 guys that actually could be decent players in the league, plus picks on a team that hasn't had a great track record. It's not terrible. Let me ask you this: what's the ceiling for Orlando then? Does that make them in a couple years like a legit team in the East? Or are they just like maybe top 4? Like, are they like the Bulls where it's like we're just happy to kind of be here and in the conversation?
Well, first of all, the league pass ceiling is almost incalculable. I think that's just they were already on my league pass list, and then now I would have to even take them a little more seriously. I think here's the thing. 2007, the Celtics. House, notice how I was able to weave the Celtics into this. It's really like, this is why I'm the best.
Of course.
They trade the number 5 pick for Ray Allen. And it makes no sense. It's like, why are we doing this? We have Paul Pierce, Ray Allen, and Al Jefferson. Our ceiling is like 45 wins. What's the point of this? But what Danny saw with this, which is what I think is he doesn't get enough credit for, he realized that was the gateway drug to the KG trade. And that was the piece none of us saw. We're like, what the fuck are we doing? It's just going to be Ray Allen and Paul Pierce? What are we winning? But he saw, if I get these two, now I can get the third guy. And with Orlando, if you have Mitchell and you have Paolo and Wagner and you have this good young identity and whatever, now you're one guy away. Maybe you're one free agent away. I don't know.
Bring back the 90s pinstripe jerseys, like the classic best jersey
my
in
God.
sports. The whole brand gets rejuvenated. People are diving back in. Listen, here, the funny thing is I actually would talk myself more into this if they drafted Chet, not Paolo, because I think Chet's and here we go. The Magic fans are going to get mad at me again, but because he's like more of that complimentary player. I don't know. I just want to see what this team looks like, though. That would be my only scare. But I think you have to do it. You have to do it if you can get that.
Wait,
done.
one last question on that. So it's July 14th. Where do we stand on Chet or Paolo? Because this is America's favorite soap opera.
I gotta watch my mouth because Magic Reddit was very mad at Kev and I for just being excited about Chet being awesome in his first game. That's all we were doing.
Oh wait, Reddit was mad at somebody? I mean, of course stunning. They were. Why are you even reading that?
Stunning.
What's in your heart?
Listen, Paolo's going to win Rookie of the Year. He's going to. He's the most ready-made player in the league.
House
He's got an NBA body.
Look at it. House is nodding.
What is it, like plus 350 right now? I mean, that's money that's money in the bank right now.
Plow into it.
Is what it is. It should not be that high. I still think long term I'd be bummed if Chet wasn't that guy too.
I think Keegan Murray could be in that mix. I'm not doing the overreact to Summer League because he did this in college last year. I think he's going to get a lot of shots on that Kings team. That Kings team might be good. I mean, if he averaged like 17 a game for a Kings team that went like 43 and 39, I think he'd be in the mix. I'm with you. Paolo, to me, is the overwhelming favorite. But if I had to pick a second guy, I think I would pick Keegan Murray. Who would you have, House?
The exact same. I was on with JJ yesterday. We had this very conversation. He's available at 8-1. That's real value. Keegan Murray's absolutely NBA ready, and the Kings are absolutely, I think, going to give him the opportunity. The Rookie of the Year thing is just the opportunity. How many times is the guy going to touch the ball? Feel pretty confident that Keegan Murray is going to get enough touches. Paolo's going to get the most touches, which is why you bet on him. But at 8-1, I like Keegan.
It's a good call. Let me just ask you this really quick, because I think can Orlando be this year's Cleveland? And by that I mean like Evan Mobley. Paolo is this year's Evan Mobley. Like
just with what you have,
they're ahead of schedule. They're and he's the best player on the team. Like I think that's the pathway to him being obviously the dominant Rookie of the Year guy. I think it's possible.
So you're saying no other moves could they beat Cleveland?
Yeah, just as is. I think they're actually like. Listen, you're gonna laugh. I think they're not a terrible team. I think they actually have a good amount of talent. And last year they were a 500 team when Fultz came back. Just saying.
I don't think they could be last year's Cleveland just because the reason Cleveland was doing that was the defense. And you're not going to be able to play defense like that.
Well, the Magic were, I think, for a good stretch last year. Again, this is like when Fultz came back. They were the number one defensive rated team in the NBA for like a good, after the All-Star break. They were actually incredible. So that's why I wouldn't be worried about Donovan Mitchell. They already have a pretty good defensive
You think
thing
that's staying the same with Paolo and Franz playing together?
Well, Franz is a fantastic defender. He's for a guy.
No, but just as those are your two forwards, though.
We'll have to see how it goes. But I think they could hide Paolo in certain aspects of the game. Like they're not going to be the number one rated defensive team, but I think they could be middle of the pack, sniffing top 10.
You agree with that, House?
No, I do not agree with that.
House and I are more dubious.